Good afternoon, everybody. Kurt Capra here with you for the daily recap for today. Hope everybody had a great day. And, here it is, end of month, end of quarter options expiration. And the market really didn't do much of anything. And I guess on some level, you can't really be too surprised by that. They propped it up throughout all of this week. We've closed higher. Basically, not including today, but more or less, we've closed with green candles virtually every day this week. So, as I said, they definitely propped it up here into month and quarter end. And at this point, we'll now see where we go from here, because the S&P, as I have up, is right into the 20-day moving average, as well as this resistance off to the left that we highlighted in the morning call. And again, we're getting this very narrow range day, which sets up the potential for a lower high that could send the market back down to retest the low from Monday. But at the same time, we've got the 50-day moving average below us here, right around 234, which could offer some support. So we may also begin to see the market, or specifically the S&P, getting squeezed between the 50-day, which is below, and the 20-day, which we have above here. So still these pieces of the puzzle getting put into place, rearranged, seeing what fits, what doesn't fit, and then going from there. So we'll see how that plays out. But as we take a look here at the Qs, they actually did poke to a new high and came right back in, but ultimately closing up here today. So again, bullish close. But will this be a retest that fails and begins to come back down, or will it be able to push higher? As again highlighted in the morning call, we are above the 20-day here. So still some mixed messages going on. As far as what happened around, around the markets here today, financials gap down, they were a bit weak, so maybe a lower high here. In this regard, we are below both the 20 and 50-day moving averages, but above the 100-day. So we'll keep an eye out for this, as these moving averages may play a little bit of havoc on the certainty or lack thereof in terms of which direction we go. So we'll keep an eye on that. As far as energy goes, this one did start to move lower. It was able to rally by the end of the day, recover a bit, ultimately giving us this narrow-bodied bar. So indecision for the end of today. And we'll just have to see if it continues to ultimately resolve itself to the downside or not. All right, so we'll see what happens there. As far as bios, IBB, pretty quiet day. So again, really just a quiet day all around. As far as Apple, just some individual names, not doing a whole lot. Very narrow range day, nothing new to really update on as far as Apple goes. Facebook, really quiet day, trading inside of yesterday's range. So it was a really tight trading range for a lot of these bigger names. Tesla also inside of yesterday's range. Same thing with Netflix. So these high beta tech names were, as I said, very range bound, if you will. The banks, just to kind of circle back here individually, JP Morgan closing weak under yesterday's low, so starting to weaken there. But again, those moving averages we'll have to pay attention to and see how they play out. As far as other names, you got Bank of America, which closed weak but did not take out yesterday's low, so there's a silver lining in that regard. We'll keep an eye on it, basically. So still, as I said before, navigating the environment, kind of feeling things out, putting the pieces together, seeing where we go from here. But even, the transports are weak. So there is a lot more weakness overall, or indicated weakness overall, than I'm seeing in terms of strength. And so based on that, it would suggest we will need to come back in here as we look forward into next week. But again, one day at a time, we'll update the information, put these pieces of the puzzle together for you, and lets you know what to be thinking, what to be doing. All right. So have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.